From Software is infamous for their love of the poison swamp, but which one is the worst? Hello world, my name is Atticus, and today we'll be taking a very unpleasant tour through the worst poison swamp areas the Dark Souls trilogy has to offer. First, the Rubric. While we will be considering their role in-game and how obnoxious they can be to traverse, we'll also be considering, what if it was a real place, and you went there? Would it be a pleasant vacation? We're starting off with the Shrine of Amana from Dark Souls 2. While particularly detested for how much the zone hates melee characters, it's more a lake than a swamp, has no poison, and seems like it'd be all around fairly decent to visit. There is, however, something undeniably poison swamp-esque, something rancid about the zone. It's probably all the dead bodies. It's a funerary procession, after all, and it does everything it can to make sure the bearer of the curse dies as they go through it. As deadly as these environments are to video game protagonists, I and most other regular people would be dead in seconds, which would make none of these swamps a pleasant vacation. So we'll assume the monsters have been cleared out and the residents are peaceful towards us. I'd absolutely visit the Shrine of Amana. It's a gorgeous environment and they've got music and history. Great for people, bad for the bearer of the curse, but only if they've a strictly melee build and no spell parry. Treat it with the quiet reverence a funerary procession deserves, progressing slowly and deliberately, and it's not so bad. Next up on our increasingly putrid tour is the Black Gulch. It's poisonous, it's got both wet and dry land together, and it very much wants you to move slowly and deliberately through it. When I started writing the script, I looked at a few articles talking about the various FromSoft poison swamps, and to my surprise, the Black Gulch appeared on most of them, despite not really being a swamp. Like the Shrine of Amana has a lot of poison swamp vibes, but isn't one itself. While being confused at why the Black Gulch was included so often, I realized that Dark Souls 2 doesn't have any poison swamps. It's got poison areas, and it's got watery areas, but never at the same time. Somehow, I'd never realized that. Within the game, Black Gulch is a nuisance of an area with all the spitting statues, but you either take them out one by one or run through and cure your poison at the end. It is mercifully short. And I think the Rotten is probably the easiest of the four lords, second maybe only to the Old Iron King. For a visit, I wouldn't vacation there, but caves are very interesting to visit if you can stomach them, and those statues have got to mean something, right? I'd maybe go on that guided tour. Rounding out our not swamps is Harvest Valley. This valley sure has been harvested. It's barren, just noxious fumes, a geologist, and earthen peak. But right outside the bonfire is this little poison puddle, and all throughout Earthen Peak are these jars filled with poison. They're scattered all over the place. Harvest Valley used to be a poison swamp before Earthen Peak drained it, and considering the noxious fumes we still have to deal with, it may have been an ordinary swamp before Mithra or the Old Iron King started fracking. The Harvest Valley is easy breezy if you just run through it and don't bother with all the stuff. It becomes more of a resource check otherwise though. Just keep the poison grass in hand and you'll be fine. For visiting, we start to get to the I don't want to be here locations. There are poisonous fumes, and the only thing to see is a windmill. It might be worth it for the elevator to the Old Iron Keep, but I'd probably still avoid it altogether. Up next is actually Harvest Valley again, but this time at the end of the world. Earthen Peak has fallen and the swamp has returned to the valley. It's still poisonous though. Some wounds never heal. This is a rough one to traverse. As always, the poison swamp, but also there are angels shooting at you and thralls leaping from walls to ambush you. It's a bad time. And again, there's just not much to do here. Check out the ruins of a windmill, crack a Don Quixote joke, and then die from the poison. The consumed King's Garden was hard to place. It's the most visitable of the poison swamps by a long shot. While the garden may be dead, the architecture is still a marvel, and the Lothic's right there. But the consumed King's Garden is not just a poison swamp, it's a toxic swamp. This boot-high sludge would kill me faster than I could say what I just step in. We're down to the final two, and honestly, I'm going back and forth on which one is worse. On the one hand, we have Blighttown, a vertical drop from the sewers to the underworld's fetid waiting room, and on the other, we have Wherein Keep, part of an actually nice swamp, pulled towards and corrupted by the abyss. Don't quote me on actual lore. I think Wherein Keep nabs second place, but only by a hair. There is something deeply wrong here. Pustules on the trees, whatever those things hanging from them are, and it's so much lower than the road of sacrifices. The fires, the crucified corpses, the stench. You would not catch me dead here. But it's not so bad gameplay-wise. A large, open-air maze with 3 MacGuffins to find. The poison all around recommends you stay on the beaten path, and if you do, the game will guide you towards the end. It's not so bad. Blighttown, on the other hand, is so bad to progress through as intended, I've only done it once. Every playthrough of the game afterwards, I've gone in through the Valley of the Drake's entrance. The toxic darts, the unsteady bridges, the bugs, the fire-breathing dogs. Blighttown is the true test of your mettle. If you can get through it, you can beat any Dark Souls game. Any game at all, probably. For actually visiting, I don't get the sense that Blighttown would kill me outright, but it would be incredibly unpleasant. We are where the sewer lets out. There are giant mosquitoes everywhere, and a massive spider's nest taking up one entire edge of the area. Ash Lake is nice, but it is not worth Blighttown. It was unintentional, but the swamps have been neatly sorted by game. Dark Souls 2 has the best poison swamps in large part by not having any, and Blighttown is just the absolute worst. All this to say, play Dark Souls 2. I've been Atticus, and thank you for participating.